Listen, I don't know about the old days because my days was Drogba.
Yeah. So I can go back further than that when you never beat us.
For me, we've got the best midfield in the country.
I'm not having it. There's nothing better than this guy on form.
When I'm talking about talent for talent, Lee, bro, I see way more in this game in comparison to Saka, bro. Estêvão is a playmaker. He's left foot, right foot. Right.
It really annoys me when people say because they don't watch him week in, week out.
He's been good, man. He's been.
And you're putting him over Eze.
Yeah. I think he's performed better than Eze this season. Let's be honest, man. Like,
no one tops Julian Timber.
Reece is a complete footballer, bro.
Yeah.
Timber going forward is not as good as Reece.
I don't really like doing these, if I'll be honest, because it's biased. But we're going to try and do it a little bit different. So we're going to try and make it as fit.
Wait, Marty's encroaching on the. You're in the shot, Marty.
What?
You're in this fucking background. I'm so sorry.
Oh shit, sorry. I didn't get up. I'm so sorry.
No, so you're all right.
I'm sure you go, what? I know, it's interesting.
Ready to go?
Yep.
Hi guys, and welcome to the combined 11 Chelsea versus Arsenal. We're going to try and do this a little bit differently because I personally don't like this because there's a lot of biasness in between, and we're going to get that with Arsenal and Chelsea and everything like that. But we've got my man Don with us, man. Not the Don, but Don, to talk about. Before we get into this, it's going to be an unbelievable game. You know, Chelsea second in the league, title challengers going through it this season. Against Arsenal, title challengers as well. At your place, I think gives you a bit of an advantage because you know, I think in these big games, home advantage is a key. But as you said earlier on, Don, off camera, on the back of two big results in midweek in the Champions League. You beating Barcelona, us beating Bayern Munich. What's your thoughts going into this game? What do you reckon?
Bro, it's
bringing your A game,
it's honestly feeling like a final. You know, the amount of messages I've had, Lee, about people asking me for a ticket. I'm telling them it's a golden ticket, bro. This might even be more of a golden ticket than the game against Barcelona, right? You know, going into this game, like you're saying, you've been had an amazing performance against Bayern last night. Well, amazing second half, in fact. Obviously, we just battered Barcelona as well. Our defence wasn't great start of the season. We've got 4 clean sheets in a row. We've got more players coming back now. Palmer should be on the bench. You know what I mean? Like our attack's fit right now. Our midfield, everyone's available, barring Lavia. So it's going to be an interesting one, man, because it's been a while since we've beaten you guys. You seem to be our little bogey team at the minute. You know,
going back to the old days like that. It's like, you
know.
Well,
listen, I don't know about the old days because my days was Drogba.
So I can go back further than that when you never beat us, like, you know what I mean? So and then it was like we couldn't get a win against you for a very, very long while when the Drogba, Mourinho era and everything like
Lampard,
that. So what we're saying is now that Chelsea are with bar Palmer are full strength.
Well, obviously we haven't got Lavia, we haven't got Colwell at the minute. Like, for me, this is our best partnership. Colwell and Fofana is our best partnership.
And they're
But at the minute, obviously, having Fofana back is a massive boost because our centre backs this season, Lee, like I was saying to you off camera, Tosin and Chalobah together, that is like a mid-table partnership. You know, we can't be trying to compete against Arsenal's and the Man Cities with that sort of partnership. We need him to stay fit if we want to be in a title race. We need him to stay fit.
Your central defence partnership on Sunday will be them two?
I think it will be Fofana and Chalobah, or it could be Badia Shaw. I don't know where Badia Shaw is on here. He's not on here, people. See, look, this is what I'm saying. They're disrespecting us. That's Buonanotte. Yeah, see, they haven't even put Badia Shaw here, you know. But Badia Shaw coming into the lineup, I won't mind that at all because he's quite similar to Colwell because they're both left-footed, very good in build-up. He's good defensively when he's switched on, and he's actually good defensively when he's next to a guy like a Fofana. When you play him next to other guys, he tends to be a little bit shabby, you know. But yeah, Chalobah and Fofana so far, every game they've played so far this season, I think they've got a clean sheet. So that seems like it's a little bit solid, man, together. Yeah.
So going into the game, you think, and quite rightly so, like, you know what I mean, you fancy beating the Arsenal.
What it is for me, right, is I look at our attack this season and it's better than what it was last year. Because Madueke, listen, big up Madueke, because he's a guy that I said I had a lot of time for in terms of being direct. I like how direct he is, but I always said his end product isn't good enough, right? And that's exactly why Chelsea moved him on, because Estêvão's here now, right? Who we'll talk about him a little bit later on, right? But at the minute, we are taking a lot of our chances. You know, we're creating chances without Palmer. We're scoring goals. Only Arsenal have scored more goals than us right now after your game against Tottenham. And it's only one more goal, I think, as well, since that game against Tottenham. And we've actually scored the most goals in the league from different players. So everyone's contributing right now. Garnacho, as much as I didn't want him, you know, he's contributing. Yeah. Gittins is contributing. You know, even Josh scored against Forest when he played as well. You know, everyone right now in this team is putting up goals and assists. So we're not like a Man City where they just look at Haaland to get the goals. So there's many players in the team who can score.
I like that.
You know,
I think there's a common theme with both teams here, and hear me out on this. I think if you look back on Arsenal, when it sort of changed for us was away to Newcastle. Yeah. You know, in that game. Do you think that was the same with you and Spurs? Because you're going through a little bit of a dodgy patch at that stage, and then.
Everything kind of...
It always beats Spurs, you know what I mean? But that seems to have turned the tide for you in your season.
Yeah, man, I think, listen, this season we've conceded the most goals directly from mistakes, I think, in the league so far. Last time I checked, it was 7. Obviously, the red cards at the start of the season didn't help us, you know, dropping points to Brighton and red card against United 5 minutes into the game. All these little intangibles haven't helped the team to sort of kick on. But now that we've got the likes of Fofana back into the team, it's given us a little bit more stability.
And like I said, and a bit of discipline.
A bit of discipline as well. So 4 clean sheets in a row, Lee. Listen, from what we were seeing start of the season, I'm seeing Sanchez has only 1 less clean sheet than Real. You know what I mean? And everyone says how bad Chelsea are defensively. So we're kicking on a little bit more now, but I'm just very sceptical about him because he gets injured every single season. You can't depend on a Fofana.
And that's the trouble. You've got to have that reliability, and I think that's where Arsenal have got a big defender out in Gabriel and all that. So let's get into it. Let's get into it. You know, are we going to have an argument about the keeper, or are you putting Sanchez up for this?
No. You know what? I'll put Raya in there because Raya has been more consistent than Sanchez. In all honesty, I think he's a very good shot stopper. I think he's very good at cross collecting. Very good distribution as well. He does have his few rockstar moments, to be fair.
And he's had them in the last couple. I don't think he's been quite as good this season as he was last season, in my opinion. That's my opinion.
I agree with that, right? So Sanchez, listen, this season he's been good away from the United game. His distribution's improving. His shot stopping's always been good, Lee, and his cross collecting's very good. But when I'm talking about consistency, Ray has shown it over a longer period of time. So for now, I'll put Raya in there.
Okay. For now, I'll put Raya in there.
So
we'll do that there.
But Sanchez has been good. So.
I think this is going to be interesting because I'm going to put up our 2 central. I don't know who. No, it's to go that way.
Oh, that way, yeah. Oh, okay. All right. Cool.
I don't know who our 2 central defenders are going to be. You know what I mean? So I'm going to put. So he starts in every team, I think. So he's definitely going to play, right? But I think you could push someone if you want to push one of yours, because I don't know if it's going to be.
Yeah. Let's take it back to St Etienne days, man. Why don't we?
Go on in. Let's take it back because I'm not too sure. Like, he's been fantastic for us. Christian Mascara's been fantastic for us.
Yeah.
I think, if I'll be really honest with you, I think maybe he'll go with Nketiah.
Yeah.
Who I don't think is on here.
Nketiah.
He's not on there.
Where is he? No, he's not.
No, he's not. So we're.
He's not on there, no.
No.
They forgot Badia Shua, they forgot Nketiah.
So we haven't got Nketiah on here, production. So I can't argue the case. But I think I don't want to. So you know, fully fit for Fofana.
Yes.
You're saying it there, like, you know.
And they play together. They know each other. Like, that will be a very good partnership as well. You know, because you know, he's the one that's like the Gabriel, the sweeper, very aggressive, front thinking. Saliba's the more elegant one, and you know, Roy's Royce, if you want to call it that.
If he was fit, would you concede?
Listen, he's world class. Yeah. I said this last time I was here.
Okay. I'm beginning to like you, Don. I'm beginning to like you. Right. The fullbacks, I think, is going to be very, very interesting here.
Yeah.
I think if you put up Reece James in here, you've got an argument, because I think he's a very, very good right back. If you're going to bring up Gusto, I don't think that no one tops Julian Timber. On the left-hand side, I think we've got an argument. I really do. So who are you going to put there?
Yeah, I think for me, listen, Timber's been amazing. I was actually saying before he got injured that he's an upgrade on Ben White, right?
Which is an unbelievable statement. Like, yeah, and brilliant for us, Ben.
Yeah, and a lot of people were saying to me like, no, Benjamin White is this, is that, Benny Blanco, and I was like, bro, like Timber, you can clearly see he's just got more about him, right? And it was a shame that he got the ACL. So I'm not surprised by his performances. But for me, Lee, when you talk about the overall package, who's better all-rounded. Reece is a complete footballer, bro.
Yeah.
Timber going forward is not as good as Reece. Defensively, there's an argument that he's better. You can say that he is. But for me, I never really argue about their defending because I think they're both elite. I think defensively, Timber's elite. I think Reece is defensively elite. But going forward, there's no debate for me who's better. In the middle, if you talk about
do you know
attacking,
what? I know what you're saying, and I agree with everything you say. I think Reece James is very, very good. But like, I don't like the fact that he keeps putting him into midfield and taking him out of there. Like, you know what I mean? If you're the best right back in the league, you stick to him there. Like, I don't know why he does that. And I think. With me, I think Timber's attacking thing. I think you're right. But I think this season he's really improved on that. Like, you know?
He has, but there's levels to this though, Lee. Let's be honest. Like when you're talking about offensively, Trent was probably the only right back that could speak to Reece offensively with the crosses and the whips and the passing. Reece's pass is ridiculous.
I think Reece is better.
Yeah, you think Reece is better than Timber?
No, I think Reece is better than.
Oh yeah, he's better than Trent. Yeah, he's better than Trent. But what I'm saying is, the only right back that could speak to Reece offensively in the league, it was Trent.
Right.
Obviously, defensively,
I'm talking about. I think on all levels.
Yeah.
You know, if he stays fit.
Yeah.
I think he's a wonderful player.
He's world class.
He's world class.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But this guy at the moment. We're the best in the league. He's the best right back in the league. I don't care what anybody says.
Listen. If you want to put Timber there,
I am putting Timber there.
You can put Timber there, innit? Yeah, and it is where it is. But
because I'm going to say the only reason I'm putting Timber there is because I think Reece James will play, as you said earlier, might play midfield on.
Yeah.
And you're going to put Gusto there. And I don't understand that for me.
Yeah.
If you know, but listen, he's a manager. And that's what.
I mean, listen, you're English, man. You know about Reece. You hope Reece is going to be there in the World Cup.
Yeah.
You know? For me, Reece is the best right back in the world for me. Right. I think he's better than Hakimi. I think he's better than Timber. I think he's better than Trent.
I'm not arguing with you there. I think he's up there. But availability, you know, is something that I key. And as I said, I'm going to stick with it. I'll be very interested to see where Reece James plays on Sunday. I'll be very interested because I think if you're right, he's the best. You think he's the best in the world? He's certainly not the best in the world in midfield.
No, definitely not.
So I don't. So why, if you got the best in, why would you? I don't know. Like,
because what it is about Maresca, he likes to play Reece and Gusto together against the bigger teams.
Oh, right.
So he'll play Reece in the middle as the captain to have him on the pitch, and then he'll play Gusto right back. Because Gusto actually knows how to defend, and he's a very good counter presser. You know, offensively he's decent as well. He's not the best, but he's all right. And listen, Chelsea fans watching, I want to put Reece there, but let the man have him.
Let the man have him there, like.
Because,
he's gone straight in there. He's gone straight in there.
Nah, we're gonna have to though, because I'm gonna be humble. Listen, we were speaking off camera, right? And you were asking me about who I'll take from Arsenal and whatnot. And I was saying to you, bro, like I'm not swapping my fullbacks, and there's only your centre backs that I'm taking, right? And obviously, I'm not taking Timber over Reece, but for the sake of content, it is where it is.
I'm not taking any of. I'm not taking as good as he is.
Yeah.
Right. And I think you're right. I think he is the best left back. Where we're saying is, I think he is the best left back at current.
Yeah.
In the league, I think he is as well.
Yeah.
Right. But if you were saying to me, right, you can swap him for Calafiori, I wouldn't. And I think you're on the same level. But I think where I agree with you on this one. I don't think you need him or your wide player on Saka. This is the guy that can do it on his own. And I think that that's why it's always been a fascinating battle between the two.
Yep. He gets disrespected, man. I think it's the hair, bro.
No,
I think it's the hair. I'm telling you. If he had a taper. Yeah, maybe if
I think he can be a little bit of a niggly little so-and-so. But
yeah, man, listen. I've
got no problem with him.
I love him.
I think he's a winner. I think that he's aggressive.
Yep.
And
very good on the ball.
Very, very good. Maybe a little bit underrated by certain people, but not me. And I'm giving you that one.
Yeah, right? Thank you, bro, man.
No, that's all right. Like.
He just locked up Yamal. Locked up Yamal.
Yeah.
He's locked up Saka plenty times. He's locked up Salah plenty times. In the Club World Cup, him and Estêvão battled each other. Estêvão scored, but it was not an easy game for Estêvão that day.
No, I honestly think like. He's got better and better. And listen, he was very, very good at Brighton. You know, I don't think he was cheap, was he? Like, I think,
but Man City walked away because Pep wanted him. Pep wanted him. If you remember that season, he actually created more chances than the only fullback that created more chances the season before he left was Trent, right? Because people like to say to me, Cuckoo's not good going forward, and I'm like, Were you guys watching this guy at Brighton? He used to create a lot of chances.
No, I think he's a good. I think he's a good. Listen, I think that. You know, Calafiori's been absolutely outstanding for us this season, and I wouldn't swap him over for if they said, right, well, we're going to sell. Say they come and said we're going to sell like Calafiori and we're going to buy a Cucurella. I go, no, don't do that. But we'll go for that, like, you know, midfield. This is going to be really interesting because I think Arsenal and Chelsea have probably got the best midfield. That's one of the reasons that we're where we are, and one of the reasons you are is because of midfield. Facts.
For me, we've got the best midfield in the country, right? When you talk about the depth in the middle, when you talk about the different profiles that we have, Arsenal's midfield this season has definitely improved. I like the signing of Zubimendi. I think I said it last time, I think him and Gabriel are your most important players. Now, it's not to say Rice isn't important, but what Zubi brings to that middle in terms of controlling games and dictating games,
he does.
You haven't got anyone else that can do that.
They've complemented each other fantastically well, Zubimendi and
Rice.
I've actually loved what I've seen from Zubimendi. He controls games, and that's made us a little bit better in midfield. But 100%. If we're going to go with the two, for me, it's got to be Declan in the side and Caicedo. Like, you know, now you're saying that to me that Caicedo, where's Caicedo? He's got to come in here.
Where's Moises, man? Where's my boy, man?
No, I'm not 20.
Where is he? Oh, Moises, man. Come over here, man.
Now you're saying that he's more likely to play as an 8.
Yeah, I mean, look, depends how we set up in the game, because I was telling you about Santos, Andre Santos. He's we signed him about 3-4 years now. He's one of the first signings that we signed when Todd Bowley and that Clear Lake first came. Strasbourg, you know, he was one of their best players last season. He got into the team of the year in France as well. Very good ball winner, bro. The way that he reads space is very similar to Caicedo. So if Santos starts in this game, he'll be the one that I reckon will be more of the 6, like holding. And then Caicedo will have the license to go more like a box-to-box.
So that would make that game even more interesting, Don, if that happens, because you're playing probably the 2 best midfield players up against each other. I'm a massive Caicedo fan. I wanted him when... That midfield was the one that I wanted when, do you remember we was linked with Caicedo and Rice at the same time?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, 100 million, I think it was 105 was... I think it was 110.
I don't think you would have signed Rice if you got Caicedo.
How much was like, was it 120?
115 or something along the lines.
And they don't really talk about, which is a compliment to both. You never actually speak about the transfer fees of either.
You don't, man. Listen, Declan Rice is a very good DM. And I've always said he needs to be in a pivot, because I didn't like this. We've had conversations about this before. I didn't like this thing of Arteta playing him as the 8, where he's advanced and, you know, just kind of box crashing, because I feel like that took away his game. You're seeing Rice playing a lot better now because he's influencing games more, because he's getting more touches on the ball, right?
He's actually changed his, because of Zubimendi, he's changed his role a little bit.
He's changed his role.
They're not like, they pivot off each other, but he's now more of a box-to-box, getting involved either end, you know, breaking up play here, getting in here.
Before you were mainly seeing him
there, exactly. And it wasn't quite right, but I think because of Zubimendi, that's happened there, like, you know.
Exactly. Bro.
So who are you going to put Fernandes up for this one?
I think. Listen, Enzo had a sluggish start to the season, but he's been good, man. He's been.
And you're putting him over Eze.
I think he's performed better than Eze this season. Let's be honest, man. Like, Eze, away from the Tottenham game, that's the only game, Lee. That's the only game where I can really say Eze's really done anything this season, bro. I don't think Eze's been great. I don't think Eze's been great, man.
I'm gonna go with that then, right?
You know, if Palmer was fit, Palmer might be back.
Listen, I think if you said Palmer was fit, I think that he probably just nudges Eze at the minute. But I'm gonna keep Eze up here, like, and then after the game, I'm going to hunt you down when you say that, because I think he will be the match winner.
If he was playing the way that he has been, like the way he played against Tottenham, right, more often this season, because let's be honest, Lee, he's been on. I rate Eze.
He's had clutch moments. I agree with you. Like, the last couple of games, he's just like Bayern Munich. He contributed as well. Like, and I just think he's one of those players finding his feet. And now he's finding it. Like,
he was our best midfielder against Barcelona, by the way.
Like, listen, to be honest, I'm going to say that I'm not a real lover of him, but the last few games that I have seen, I have actually thought, he's good, been man. Better. And he has his position's changed a little bit over the last year.
He plays. He's a box to box. He's up and down.
So you've got 4 Chelsea players in here, 4 Arsenal at the moment. You know, you've done well, like, you know what I mean? So We're going to go on the right now. Who are you putting up?
I want to put Estêvão, you know what I mean? But you don't want to, you're going to argue about Bukayo.
Well, there's no argument. Like, at the end of the day. Now, he's potentially, as you've said earlier on the show before, you potentially think that he's right up there.
Yes.
Right
For me, he's ready to be starting for Chelsea right now.
He will start?
I want him to start. I reckon he'll probably start right wing and Neto left wing, right? But then at the same time, I've seen this pairing before as well, Garnacho and Neto.
And we'll have a chat about now because he's a player that I quite like, and I think he's
you and Lee love him.
Like, you know,
you and Potts love him.
So I'll go on there. But listen, I'm not having it. There's nothing better than this guy on form.
But has he been on form though? When you've watched Saka this season, let's be honest.
He's not been as good as what he has been but he still hits the numbers. Have a look at his numbers.
Has he been hitting the numbers in the Prem this season?
He's scoring and assisting.
Who's he scored against this season in the Prem?
Who's he scored against?
He scored against
Sunderland last couple of weeks ago. So that's all that I remember.
Mate, he's been right now in the Premier League.
Listen.
He's on a drought, and it's getting uncomfortable for you because you're moving about. You're shooting about.
No.
Right? He's a golden boy. Right?
He's a golden boy. I don't think that he should have. That he's played well for England the last few games. I think he's playing a little bit too much. If I'll be honest, coming back from that injury. But for me, I don't think that. Listen, if push between there, I'd still say Saka's our best player.
Listen, again, if you talk about the CV, you talk about the experience and that, obviously there's no debate about Estêvão and Saka. But when I'm talking about talent for talent, Lee, bro, I see way more in his game in comparison to Saka, bro. Estêvão is a playmaker. He's left foot, right foot.
It really annoys me when people say, because I don't watch him week in, week out.
I watch Saka week in, week out.
Every time people turn around and go, oh, he's not as good as Saka, or he's got to be this. Why compare him with Saka? Why don't I compare him with anybody else? Like, you know, it's always like, Cole Palmer, Saka.
Is he not the benchmark?
Saka. I think it is the benchmark.
No, but you should take that as credit.
So that's why I do, because I think that's why he is the benchmark, and I think that he is.
Yeah, but but for me though, I just personally think that Estêvão his game.
This is what annoys me about everybody. Like, if he's fit, Cole Palmer, right, everybody goes, he should be in the team.
Yeah.
Right. But with Saka, it's, I'm not so sure. Like, you know what I mean? He's far better than anybody. But England's best player, I think.
I mean, he's performing for England. He performs for England, but I'll be honest with you. Like, listen, it might sound controversial to you, but I've never put Saka on the platform that you guys put him on. I'm sorry. I rate him in terms of the GNA. But there's been many games over the years I've looked at him and he's ghosted in the game, but he turns up with an assist or he turns up with a goal. And this season, I don't think it's been great. I think before the injury, Lee,
listen, I think I think the injury is, you know, like that's a bad injury to get, like, and I think like he's still working his way back in there. But you watch when it comes to the big games, he'll step up. Like, I'm the centre forward role is going to be a really interesting one because I don't know, like, you know what I mean, I'm going to have to put up, you know, I think if Gyökeres was fit, he in this team,
we can't put him.
But we can't. I don't think he's going to be fit, so I'm going to have to put Marino up.
We can't put Marino up top ahead of João Pedro or Delap. I don't even really like João Pedro as a striker.
So who are we going to put up? I think
put Delap. He's the closest thing to a Gyökeres, right? In terms of the profile.
You know what I mean? But we debate that one. I think we've got Martinelli now. Like Trossard, I think Trossard and Neto would have been a really good conversation, but he's going to be out. So I think look, Gabby will come in and do a great job. But
you think Martinelli will play up top?
Yeah, I think Martinelli will get the role on the left hand side.
Wait, no, Martinelli up top.
No. He'll go wide left.
Oh, okay. Wait, hold on. We're doing striker, right? You said striker.
No, I'll leave the striker for the moment.
Left wing. Okay,
sorry. I'm putting up Martinelli and Neto.
Okay.
At this moment, so I'm going to give you. I think Neto's been one of your best players this season.
He's been the past 5 games, the goals and the assists. He's been up there, man. You know what I mean? And listen, Premier League experience, works really hard off the ball.
But I'll tell you what, as Trossard would have got it. With the way he is this season.
Man, listen,
but he's injured at the moment. It's been unbelievable, Don.
He's clutch.
Unbelievable, like as you said earlier on, he nicks the goal, gets us the equaliser, scored again against Tottenham. contributes very, very high. His output this season has probably been the best of any of our.
It has been. He's outperforming all of your attackers right now in terms of the GNA.
He's been fantastic.
He might not be the most dynamic player, but it's the brain, Lee. You know, big pause on that as well, people. It's the brain right now where he just knows how to get into goal scoring positions. His finishing is good, very good. You know who he reminds me of? God rest his soul, man. Diego Jota, man.
See, this is my problem now. Oh, whoa. That's a big shout. Like, he was a true player, unbelievable, could nick goals for fun as well, like Jota. Like. And I think Liverpool have missed him, but you know.
Oh, they have.
So much so, like. Listen, I cannot have, with Arsenal being 6 points clear, right, you having one extra player than us, right? It can't be done. It cannot be done. You know, we were 6 points clear at this moment in time. I can't be done, and that is why I'm going to go Mikel Merino, and I'll tell you why, right? I'll tell you why, right? There's been a lot of talk about Arsenal. Can only get set pieces and all that, like, yeah? Since he's come in, right? Tottenham 4, Bayern Munich 3, that's 7, plus 2 at Sunderland, 9 goals, no set pieces, apart from 1 now against Bayern Munich, like, so 8 goals.
From open play?
From open play with him up front.
So you think is the key to that then, yeah?
I do.
So you think it's better than Gyökeres then? You wasting money?
No, because he's a different sort of a player.
Oh,
but I do think that it's a really great, like, is he better than Delap and whatever? I don't know, like, you know what I mean? I think Delap's injuries have faltered for him at this moment in time, but he's coming back. But Pedro scored, what, 2, 3, 4 goals for you?
João Pedro has scored. He's contributed this season. How many goals has he scored? He scored against West Ham. He scored against... I think he scored 4 goals in the Prem.
4 goals.
I think he scored 4 in the Prem. Personally, I'm still playing João Pedro ahead of Marino up top. I don't really...
He scored more goals.
Yeah, but Marino's not... If you're talking about, you know, in this team right now...
If we was playing a shot, I think we're playing a full... Look, listen, I've got to get...
If you think about it like this, right? Listen, this is the best way to put it, right? If you had João Pedro and Delap in your team right now, yeah, and you had Marino there, and Gyökeres got injured, for example, you are not putting Marino up top ahead of João Pedro or Delap. It's not happening. It's not happening.
Do you know what? At the minute, you know,
it's not happening.
Do you know what? If I be really honest about this, you know, if Gyökeres was 100% fit, I don't think he'd
I don't think it's been great either. I don't think it's been great.
Well, you know, you ain't been watching Arsenal like I have.
I know, I've been watching. So
he's been fighting people. There's still more to come, I agree, like, you know.
Yeah.
But I just think that this guy is just getting, because I just think he's been...
Yeah, but the thing is only...
If Gyökeres is fit, I'm still playing him on Sunday.
Yeah, but the problem with Marino is a good finisher in the box, but away from that, when he's playing up top, you don't really notice him, man. You don't really notice him. Difference with João Pedro, at least he'll get involved in the game. You know, I don't like what I like. For example, right?
I haven't.
João Pedro.
I'm not. To me, he hasn't done enough since he's been at Chelsea.
No, he hasn't. He's had a good start.
I would say that Jackson was a better. No, you got rid of him.
Listen. João Pedro. There's been circumstances in certain games, right? I don't think he's been great overall, you know. But then I'm looking at the strikers right now from both teams. I don't think any of our strikers have been great. Delap just came back. João Pedro, for me, has been up and down.
If you have him up there, you've got to concede one of these. Right, because you cannot, Arsenal are 6 points in front, are the best team in the league at this moment in time. You cannot have more Chelsea players than Arsenal players. At this moment in time, you can't.
Oh, you want to do this?
Can't.
You know what it is though? One thing I will say, Marino came in last season when Jackson kept missing, right? And he actually outperformed Jackson.
I think he's been, do you know, Don, I can't emphasise how underrated I think he is.
No,
I think since he's gone up top for us,
yeah.
So from January onwards, like, you know what I mean? Like, don't forget we've had like no Kai for a year now. Really, virtually a year, like, you know what I mean? Gyökeres out for 4 games now.
Yeah.
Jesus, we haven't had all that. Name me another player that, say if you haven't got any of your forwards, put a midfield player up front and do what he's done. You can't, like, it's like putting Caicedo up front there and getting what you're getting out of this guy at the moment.
You know, it is though, Lee, yeah.
Unbelievable.
It's so annoying because João Pedro hasn't really impressed up top, in all honesty, and then Delap's been injured. Right? Our season could be completely different if Delap was fit throughout. We could have been having a conversation where it's like...
Do you know what? I'll give you... I think Delap, by the way, give him another year. I really like him. I think he's got aggression.
The shot.
He can score goals. A horrendous injury that he's just coming back from when he done that, you know what I mean? So he's done well to come back from that.
Happened in August.
So, it was a bad one.
Yeah,
it was a bad one.
Yeah.
And he's in his first season at Chelsea, which people don't forget a lot. So I'm going to say that I think that eventually he's going to be in a lot of... I think he's going to come on and be very, very
100%, 100%, you know. So
if you was to pick one player there that would be... I'm going to pick... We put one sub each year. We're going to do this a little bit different.
What sub?
One player in that whole team, like, you can pick to come on, like, 100% fit or not. So you got
come on.
So you're going to go Cole Palmer, right?
Yeah,
cool,
yeah.
right?
I mean, I love Estêvão, but listen, this is where we're going to put him.
Right.
The bench.
Just put him there. Like, I'm going to put him there. So I've got one to go there. Completely fit.
Don't do what I think you're going to do, Lee. That will show me that you're thinking like
I'd love to put Kai out there, like.
No, not that. Not that. I'm thinking of someone else.
Go on, who are you thinking?
I'm thinking Gabriel.
No.
Oh, good.
I'm happy to... Like, Gabriel would come into it, like. But I'll tell you what, someone that I think's... I'm going to say him over Odegaard, over... I think he's been fantastic for Arsenal.
No, he has been.
So Zubimendi would be my ace in the pack, like. You've got Cole Palmer, I've got Zubimendi. Even so, I think that these two, could get into that side there. Obviously, you're saying a couple more there. Listen, at this moment in time, Arsenal and Chelsea are the best two teams in the league at this moment in time.
Yep.
The table don't lie. I think if this was Chelsea versus Spurs, I don't think any Spurs players get into your Chelsea side, and I don't think any Spurs player would get into Arsenal side. But here we are. I think
Spurs, I would actually take their centre backs, to be honest with you. They're normally fit.
Oh,
I would take.
I see that. Like, we don't need them. But you do. Like, but I don't think anywhere else. I don't think you'd go there. And do you know what? Do you think that could be the key then? Sunday, the central defensive partnership?
100%, bro. 100%, man. I think our centre-backs need to be switched on, especially in the box. We know what Arsenal are about on their set pieces. You know, last season at the Bridge, I think we actually had more corners than you, Lee. You know, we didn't actually allow you to put too much pressure on us. It's going to be a very, very interesting game, man. We need to win that midfield battle, and we need to take the momentum swings. Yeah. When the momentum's swinging on our side, the problem with Bayern Munich yesterday, when they had the momentum, they didn't make use of it.
We defended well. I know what you're saying. And do you know what? The last two times we've been at Stamford Bridge, we've drawn.
Yes.
I don't think we've played well. I think Chelsea have been the better side in both games.
Yep.
But we've managed to, you know, that 2-0, if it weren't for that mistake, a great goal from Declan Rice. But we was out of it.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And then in the end, another 5 minutes, we could have won it. Like,
you didn't have a shot till 70 minutes in.
And then the game last season was a bit bitty. We got in front and then we conceded. It was a little bit... But
great Neto goal as well. Great Neto goal. He loves the game against Arsenal.
Yeah, listen, I think he's been very, very good for Chelsea. I think it's going to be a great game.
Yep.
Let's finish it.
I know you're about to ask.
What is the prediction? Do you see goals?
I see a tight game, right? But then at the same time, Chelsea, bro, like, we're just a funny team. We can just be so clinical in front of goal, right? Because for me, offensively, I think we've got a better attack than you right now. I'll be honest with you. With the options that we've got, looking at our bench, I do think we've got a better attack. Do I see Arsenal conceding more than 2 goals though? That's the thing. Because you haven't conceded more than 2 goals in how long now? Maybe.
Well, we did it against Sunderland. Like, that was the last time. But it's been a very, very long time.
More than 2 goals.
So. More than 2 goals. You know the last team to do that?
Who?
They're actually playing in League One now.
Oh, Luton.
Luton is the last team.
Yes, when Declan Rice scored that last minute.
Yeah. That's the last team to score. Unbelievable, really. Like,
mad.
You know what I mean? So, but a top team shouldn't be conceding 3 goals.
Exactly. You know,
so
I don't think you'll concede 3. I think we'll go for a tight 2-1 Chelsea.
2-1 Chelsea.
2-1 Chelsea.
I think it's going to be a tight game. I think that Arsenal will nick it 2-1 the other way. That's what I'm saying, like, you know, and I think it's going to be a real good game. I want this game from me as a person, personally, I want you to come out of that ground. They are a decent side. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I know how good you are, man. I've been to 4 Arsenal games in a row. I've been to 4 Arsenal games in a row, man. At the Emirates, I was at the 5-0. All the red seats next to me, bro. I was at the 2-2 when Trossard scored last minute. I was there last season, away again when we lost 1-0, Marino header. I've been to a lot of Arsenal-Chelsea games, but this one here might be the biggest one in terms of the atmosphere, because where we are right now, League will beat you, we're 3 points behind you.
Yeah, so and game on. Game on, like, you know. And it's such a big game for us if we can win that to go 9 points in front of you.
Yep.
Oh, and when you look at this and look at that team, if we was to get 9 points in front of you, that's good. That's good from our point of view.
That would be serious, man. That would be good.
So it'd be serious from us. Don, it's been an absolute pleasure.
Like, you know what I mean? Brilliant, man. Brilliant.
May the best team win.
Yes, of course.
And listen, Chelsea and Arsenal fans can get on every now and then. Have a good one. That's good, was it?
Brilliant, man.
Best team in Europe.
He said he folded.
Where could I have a chat like?
Enzo is a joke.
Overrated.
I'm surrounded by the ops, man. Damn.
What are you doing? No, but hold on a minute. We said we're going to try and be rational about it. Who are you playing Sunday?
Huh?
Who's playing Sunday?
Well, either of them.
Hincapié wasn't even there. Production didn't even put him there.
Hincapié.
Oh, well, so he ain't there. I couldn't put him in there.
Hincapié eat him for breakfast, mate.
Hincapié will play.